Hey guys, it's Raul again, and today I'll be sharing with you my April TBR. Now, I'm posting my April TBR before I do my March wrap-up because I'm currently right at the end of my last book that I'm reading for March Mystery Madness. So later on this week at the end, I'm going to post a whole March Mystery Madness wrap-up because I did read quite a few books for March Mystery Madness. So I figured I would just post the TBR video ahead of time because I already kind of know what I want to read for April, so that way it's not going too late into April for my TBR. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and quickly share with you guys the books that I am planning on reading in the month of April. So the last few months I've been just doing kind of my wrap-up and TBR videos all together, but because I know my wrap-up video is going to be so long, I decided this month that I was going to go ahead and split both of them. So the first book that I am currently reading that's going into my April TBR is Stephen King's It. I am about 100 or so pages into this one. I'm listening to it on audiobook. I'm hoping to get through this one in April because I've been wanting to read more Stephen King, and this is kind of his most intimidating novel, so I figured I would just go ahead and start it and get it out of the way. So we'll see what happens with this one. I know for a fact it's going to end up expiring from my library before I'm able to finish it because we only get like a 14-day borrowing time for the audiobook, so it's definitely going to expire. I'm going to have to, put myself on the wait list again and wait for it to renew, so hopefully it doesn't take too long for it to renew eventually so I can get it again in April and hopefully finish it off. But let's see what happens with this one. And I have a few series here on my TBR that I want to go ahead and finish. There are a lot of series that I have talked about that I want to start. I know that I did a video somewhere of books that I am hoping to read this year in 2021, which I will link somewhere on the screen if you guys haven't seen that one. But I definitely want to start some new series this year and finish some other ones. So I have 3 series in April that I'm hoping to finish because I just have one book left in each of these series. The first one I have is Deathcaster by Cinda Williams-Shima. This is the last book in the Shattered Realms series and the last book in her kind of Shattered Realms or Seven Realms world. So far there are 8 books. This is the last one in it so far. Really excited to get to this one because because I was reading mysteries all throughout March, I didn't pick up this book right in March because I finished book 3 in February. So yeah, I've been anxiously awaiting for April to come along so that I can, finish my mystery reads in March and pick this one up. This is definitely one that I am going to get to in April so I can finish off this series and see how everything goes because this has been such a great YA fantasy series that I've read so far. I'm also hoping to finally read New World Inferno by Jennifer Wilson. This is the last book in her New World trilogy. This is a YA dystopian series that follows kind of these different clans in this world, and this main character kind of is trying to overtake this government. It's kind of a little bit cliche as far as the plot goes, but one that I've really enjoyed. The first 2 books were really fun, really fast-paced. I really enjoyed Jennifer Wilson's writing and this world that she's created. So really excited to get to this one. This is one that I picked up a few years ago when it first came out and just haven't finished it. So I'm really hoping to get to this one in April and finally finish off this trilogy. And then I'm also hoping to pick up the Nemesis by S.J. Kincaid, the last book in the Diabolic trilogy. Another one of my favorite YA series that are currently out there. This one just recently came out a few months ago, so I'm really excited to pick up this last one and see how this series ends. It follows our main character Nemesis, who is a diabolic, basically a cyborg, and cyborgs are deemed illegal in this world, and they start all being killed off, but Nemesis somehow survives, and she is pretending to be somebody else. There are a lot of things that happen throughout this entire series, or that has happened so far, so I'm really excited to see how everything kind of concludes in this 3rd book. And if I'm able to finish those other 3 series that I mentioned before, I'm going to try and start the Dark Tower series by Stephen King, the first book being The Gunslinger. This one's fairly short, so I feel like this is one that I'll be able to kind of squeeze in there if I finish all of the other ones and get through this one fairly quickly. I just recently picked up the box set of The Dark Tower. Again, I've been wanting to read more Stephen King, and this is another series that has been kind of mentioned out there every time Stephen King is mentioned, is just his Dark Tower series, and I feel like there are a lot of polarizing thoughts about this series. A lot of people absolutely love it, a lot of people absolutely hate it, so I'm really curious to see kind of where I land in this series. I've been, like I mentioned before, I've been enjoying Stephen King's writing little by little a lot more and really getting used to his writing style and everything, so yeah, definitely a series that I want to start and want to kind of check out. I don't think I'm going to binge through the series just because these books are, at least the later ones in the series, tend to be a little bit longer. But I want to at least start it this year and see kind of how far I'm able to get through it. So yeah, guys, it is it for the books that I'm planning to read in the month of April. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys have read any of these and what your thoughts are. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to reading in April. I would absolutely love to know. Before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys all again for watching, and I will see you all next time.